Hello, this is Gerald Johan van Waas and some quick demonstrations of letter combinations as formations. This is based upon a theory which says that all letters have a meaning. All letters themselves are founded on a system that uses letters that were used as reference points, of changing directions, and of orientating frames. And we work with these elements and deal with the existing balances of references. We always try to recognize as quick as possible all of its combinations of letters in words and also its specific balance in each word. All letters themselves are picked out and are recognized also as in between 3 points of reference in space, 3 directions of movement in time, and 3 orientations of balance from what we actually already notice or can't notice. And if we can't, we already have a feedback system in it that tries to correct it. All these combinations of references make 3 times 3 references. That makes 27 describable exact positions. In this video I will give you a quick demonstration of some letter combinations as a formation, because formations help you to see how something develops, how it is visible to see these kind of developments. Anyhow, all the kinds of letters that we can choose from are letters that give us possibilities to direct ourselves towards either some specific points of reference in space or some specific direction to where it moves to or changes, or some amount of how much we already understand from it and adds a little bit of context, which of course leads to more correct or more exact pinpointing objects, or some moving or changing forms, or really a correcting orientation and all that is related with that. One of these things will dominate when I put this into a form. And this is a quick demonstration of the letter combinations of the German word BUCH and the Dutch word BOEG. They sound exactly the same, but they are in fact completely different things. So in a way, when I say, you can also design them and recognize them and analyze them and understand why these letters are used for these specific words. How can 2 words that almost sound exactly the same, are only written differently, can be the same thing? And that I will prove, because the design can't be very much of a difference. How can these designs that should be almost exactly the same mean that they are used for 2 completely different things? How is that possible? I will explain. Of course, we know already the B is this going, this is that. Not too much explanation anymore. You are tired of it already. So I get you used to the forms. So the U, of course, will show you that it's more about something which is inside in its form. The O will say, okay, it's more about some environmental context. What I noticed is there are indeed 2 exactly the same designs, but one of them is seen from the top and from how it moves sideways. The other one is seen from what is inside, with exactly the same content in the form, which is weird, strange, but it is working. So I know already with the U from the theory that it should be about something in development or something that has content or things like that. The O I already know there will be a spatial environment and so on. The A I will know that there is a it will go. It has to do with growth to the sideways, and that you need that from the environment. So it is already fitting with these words, the content that I know. The original content is about a book or a prow, but the form should be almost exactly the same. So how can I achieve this? Of course, I also give you the sign language, so the B, because they will help you to, if you combine them, you will more quickly understand the combinations of letters. When you have the A and the B together, you see them on top. That's the A and the B together. There the B is dominating. So if you recognize the letters, you will first notice the B there. If it's more or less in balance, the growing of the A, you have the A and B in balance. If the growing is less important, but the new element that overlaps is being noticed, it's more like the sound boo, because the B is still there and the oo or u is getting out. It's something new. It's the A means there's one center, and the theory says that the oo is, we noticed that there are actually two centers possible, and one of them will be dominant and will be the one that we will use to orientate upon. We can't focus on these two directions, 2 points. We can do that, of course, but we will focus on one of the one of the two centers actually, and it is the other center which we will focus upon. So with the oo added, you will have that. Why is it the oo? It's that. So if you combine them, you will already note, you can already derive some forms from it. So you'll notice that there will be something pressing down, and the other one will be pressing something out. You can express them in various ways, but you will already notice something important that is a reference point, how we recognize words. So let's build the word further up from boo to boeg. So we have boo. The G is actually, it's on the palatal, so it's on the surface. It gives a certain friction on it. With the G, as we have it, the friction is very short and tough. The softer the sound becomes, like with it will divide it into different sections. It will be a vagueness in it. So where is it? It's a lot of variation in between. If I add it in the b here with the oog, there will be some variations there. In that starts from the b, but is related with the oo. I could have designed it in the oo as well, but I didn't do that. But I can use this from the center out as well, and I will tell you. You will see how it will still fit. But the boeg is written with C and H, and here I miss the C is all the variations from the center out to a certain maximum, let's say, some variation in between, and there's a selection in there. That's already what we know with the C. That's the written part, that's underneath. It's underneath to make the correct associations, and the other association is the H. And the H is the active space in which you have to connect what is connected already there. So in combination with H and already it will be filled up in a way, or it has to be filled up. That's what we already know. So how we're going to fill that up? We have to start from the B into the frame. So how shall I add the frame? The frame, if I add it everywhere where there's a connection, it will be a bit chaotic, but the main thing is that it will start from the middle where the B presses the things out. So I will start from there, and I can have the bees getting out of there everywhere. So from here I can get the bees everywhere, and I have already the book. The book is there, and I can already recognize it. In content, the U means that something is developed and another thing is not developed, so it's in development. If it's an U form instead of an U form, it is about multiple choice, let's say. There's a multiple variations that come out of it. So the papers that are going out, they are all hollow like the U is, and just one of the pages is pressed out at this point. Another page is open, or something else is getting out, is taken out, is connected with those kind of things. You can recognize all in the content of the letters, and it's in the content of the form. So how can we now go from BUCH to BOEG? It's the same word, but it's a completely different form. Also, it's even a different form. While I said in the beginning it should start from the same form. But when I think about BOEG, which is the pronoun, I think it is from the bow of the boat. It still fits very well if you see it from another angle. And that's what I recognized immediately. No, if you see the angle from above, it still has the same references, only is that they are not pages anymore. It is there where the water breaks in the bow, and it is built this way that it can withstand the pressure from outside. You can see that the form from up above fits actually very well. And if you look up the word BOEG, the bow, you see it's part of a ship or point, usually most forward when the vessel is on the way. It's the forwardmost part of the bow above the waterline, and the ship's bow should be designed to enable it to pass efficiently through the water. Ideally, the bow should reduce the resistance and should be tall enough to prevent the water from regularly washing over the top of it. The full thing is not 100% recognizable, but the reference frame of what the BOEG or BOEG are actually quite quickly recognizable and adaptable to what it means. And what I also noticed afterwards is, yes, of course, like I said in the beginning, the O is this always about the environment, but it's also you have two different visions. You have the vision on top. O is on top, E is sideways, U is inside, looking inside. So the perspective is different from a 3 or 4 dimensional view, and then in that way it will make it fit. The G as a friction against the top will be softened with these multiple choices that you will get near the same border, let's say. It is also recognizable. I hope this was a good example to get used to recognize letters and recognize the letter combinations, how they work, how this works, and so on. I know it's quite unconsciously that we do that. In some other videos I already explained why we deal with these reference frames, but that's another chapter to discuss. This was about another example as a form. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Gerald van Was is there with a website. He's there with a YouTube channel, and you are there to watch it if you like, and you can subscribe if you like. Thanks for watching anyhow for this time. Thanks. Bye.